Hello people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and it is story time. Alright, so I am here to tell a story about myself, about my personal experience, and it can be quite funny and maybe serious at the point, but I do hope that at the end of this story and all, I hope that you really take out something from it, because I took out something from what I actually experienced. Okay. I know that as adults you are now in a place where you have to take so much decisions where you have to sleep over it, decisions on impulse, decisions like right on the spot, and we are all scared because there's no one there to take decision for us, and there's no one to tell you, okay, go this way. You know, when we're young, much younger, our parents will say, do it like this, do it like this. There is no one but God, and we are just scared that what if I take the wrong decision, because the decisions we make at this point in our lives can either make or mar us. Like, actually I have been in that spot, like it has been back to back of making decisions, and I actually felt like I've been making wrong decisions all along, because most times it just tends to backfire. But now I have come to realize that, okay, maybe those decisions were not wrong after all, because I am this type of person that likes to put God while making decisions, because I just feel like it is God's will is the best. So even though it is not really comfortable for us to follow what God is saying, it is just still the best to, you know, do it, because at the long run it will pay us. So I have been in a situation where I have to be making decisions upon decisions by myself, and and it just looks like it was backfiring. So I was like, Lizzie, are you even sure that God even knows you? Are you even sure? This one that you're praying and everything is just backfiring. What is happening? Are you this Christian work that you are doing? Are you sure it is paying off for you? Are you sure you are not pretending? I mean, I have been in situations where I had to really question my relationship with God. And so I told myself that, okay, you know what, we are going on a plan. We are going to, you know, there's this YouVersion, you should know YouVersion Bible. So I was like, we're going to take a plan on hearing God and knowing God's will, because I just felt like with the result of all these situations, as at then, I felt like God wasn't involved, and I felt like I've been hearing wrongly, or I've been following the wrong instincts and all. So I just told myself that I'm taking a plan on knowing God's will, hearing God clearly, and, you know, stuff like that. Although now that I've come to now that everything is now settled, I've come to realize that the decisions I was taking eventually it paid off, actually. So I was going to take a plan on YouVersion, and I was taking it. I was very faithful with it, because I really needed to know what's up, because there are times you have to just hear God or know what God is nudging you towards at that very point. So I needed to be sharp with it, right? So there was this day, during the course of taking the plan, there was this day someone offered to buy me suya. We were 3 and we're going to buy suya, 1,000 chicken suya, 1,000 naira for one person, 1,000 naira for one person, and 1,000 naira for another person, which was me, was the other person. So I was the one to go and buy the suya. And when I got there, because I was really financially broke that time, I told myself that I was boiling noodles at home. So I was like, there's no point buying 1,000 naira suya, let me just buy 500 naira suya, because I was saving up for my phone, and I already locked up that savings for phone alone. And the little income I could get, I was just like, let me not just spend it lavishly, right? So I just told myself I was going to buy 500 naira suya for myself and keep the remaining 500 naira. Like, maybe I want to buy water at work or something, I could just use that for the week, which was fair enough. So I was waiting for the suya, I was salivating, I was imagining how the suya was gonna taste, and immediately I got the suya, I was with 3 packs, and I just heard that voice. Like, mind you, I was in the period of hearing God and, you know, doing His will. So I just heard that voice, give the security man your own suya. I was like, my chicken suya where I be done the salivate for, no, I cannot give him my suya. So I was like, no, I will not give him. How can I give him? And I told myself, because I'm much of an overthinker, so I told myself, it must have been your mind talking to you, I will not give him the suya. So as I was going, I was like, the nudge kept coming. So I was like, okay, God, if you really want me to give him the suya, just let me meet him at the entrance. And guess what? I don't know, I was really stubborn that day, but it's all to a point. And guess what? When I got into the compound, I met him at the entrance, sitting down gallantly. I was like, oh no, no. So I just, remember I told you I bought 500 naira suya. So I just took 500 naira and I gave it to him. I told him, buy something for yourself, because I thought he was hungry. That was why God was nudging me to give him the suya. So I just gave him the 500 naira that I was supposed to keep for myself for that week. So I gave him 500 naira and I was still feeling bad, like I was supposed to give him suya. But I gave him the 500 naira. I could not go back to meet him. That give me the 500 and I take suya. So I sat down, I gave everybody their suya, and I started eating my suya with noodles. I was feeling so bad that day, trust me, because I felt like this is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to just give him that suya. I mean, you even have food already, because trust me guys, I'm human, don't judge me. And I was craving the suya. So as I was eating the suya, my sister and my brother-in-law, they were like, this suya is not even sweet safe. Lizzy, do you want suya? At that point I had finished my own suya, and I was like, are they joking? Because me, I enjoyed my own. So they were like, Lizzy, do you want suya? I said, yes, I want suya, because I thought they were joking. And then when I got there, I saw many suya. Like the suya that they left was up to 700 naira. I was like, don't worry, just bring it. I'll go and give our gate man. And at that point I was like, finally I will stop feeling bad, because this was what God wanted all along, for me to give him the suya, right? So I carried myself and I went to meet our gate man. I gave him the suya. That was like, God bless you. Finally, I've really fulfilled God's will, right? Good. So as I was just sitting down, I was just sitting, and that thought just came to me that, okay, so if you had listened to me and you had given him that suya I asked you to give him, you would have eventually eaten suya and you would still have your 500 naira to yourself. How about that? Oh God, my head sparked. My head was sparked, like, oh, this was it all along. So if I had actually listened to God and I had given him that 505 that suya of mine, I would have eaten more than 500 naira suya, because my brother-in-law and my sister was unable to eat their suya. They ate so little. So I was like, oh, this is what God had been trying to pass along, and it was really painful, because I lost that 500 naira and I still did not obey God, even though I was on a plan, hearing God's will, hearing God, obeying his will. I still failed that test to move freely. I felt so bad that day. But I know that this story might sound as very, very unserious, but I am really, really grateful that was something. It was something that little that God used to test me, because it could have been bigger. And I learned two things that very day. I learned that it's not enough to say you want to know what God is saying concerning an issue. It's not enough to want to hear God's will. It's not enough to want to know God's will. When God eventually tells you to do something, will you obey? That is one step to hearing God. Will you obey? So when you hear him, will you actually do what he asked you to do? And the second thing I learned was that God's will in the long run is the best. God is not man. We can quickly calculate things, but God knows what is coming up in the future. And when he asks you to do his will, it might not always be easy for you, but it's actually best to follow it. And those were the two things I learned. And the third thing I would say is that God's will is not always easy, at least not all the time. Not all the time. He might ask you to do something that is not comfortable for you at all, but it is best to do it at the long run, because that is what will be the best for you. I really do hope that you've learned something from this, my story time, and that you make good decisions based on God's will, because his ways are not our ways, and his will is perfect for us. Alright guys, I think I am so serious in this video, but I had to just share this. Till I see you in my next video. Bye bye, and keep doing God's will.